sorry. There are just some things that I've used in my small groups. Thanks. So I'm here to visit with you guys about reworks. Now, with Mrs. Wright, she has it if you have a book that you're reading from home that a kiddo might be bringing from an AR. But if you don't have a book, this is another way you can pull up some information for your kiddo. Because what we really work on as teachers in small group and large group and individually is that the kiddos are going back in and finding specific evidence in a text. One of the things that my kids, when they came over, like even today, they came over and said, well, I thought I knew the answer before I really went in and dug and found it. And that's the quickest thing that they'll want to do. They'll want to mark A, B, C, or D and not go back in and really see if that's the correct answer. So this is a way that you can go in and kind of find an article, and it could be fiction or nonfiction, and then the kiddos can then practice going in and finding evidence. And so on your tables, I kind of put what my kiddos do in small groups, and I have, ranges in different reading levels, and so they go in. We always start with our question. We circle each question with a different colored pencil, which they find exciting. And then we mark the question for those important words that are going to stand out in the vocabulary, and then they find that answer when we're reading the text, and they mark it with that certain color. It makes it fun to do a worksheet, and they like it, but it's also practicing the skill of being very specific when you're finding the answers to your questions. So this is, it's readworks.org. I've used it as a teacher. I didn't know at first that you could use it as a parent, but you can. If you don't have an account, you could always go to it, and you can start a new account. I have a parent's name right now, and you go and you have to search down to the bottom where it says parent, and then it'll say that it's a free website, and if you would like to give a donation, you can, but you don't have to. And then you can start to set it up. You can set it up with your class admin. So we set that one up. If you click on it, here's Gracie Anderson, and then she's never logged in. But what's great about this is you can actually see when your kiddo logs in, and so you can set up an assignment, and you can see when they logged in to start it. And they give a generic password. It's really easy for you and your kid. If you want to change it to make it something for you and just your child, but they will also give you just a password to use. And then I can set up an assignment, or you could set up an assignment that you want your kiddo to do. So if you go to find content, it's actually pretty easy once you play around with it. You can go to whichever grade level that you want to go. It goes from kindergarten up to 11th and 12th grade. You can search by topic. But you can also search by skills. So those were social studies, and right in everyone's way. But you can search by skills and strategies, which is great. So like if your kiddo's struggling with comparing and contrasting, and I know that's what we're focusing right now in 3rd grade, that going through, it's really easy to compare and know from your schema things that are different, but to actually go into an article or something and find specific evidence so that when you give the information back, that you're using that evidence in your answers. So you could click on that, and if you clicked on that, then it can bring up just different articles. Did you click on that? These are just different articles that you could pick. So you can see that it says like 3rd grade, the lexile, and it also says how many words. And then if you were to click on it, just click on that one. If your kiddo struggles with reading, it'll read it to them, so they don't have to actually sit and read the entire thing. And if it's online, the questions they'll answer and they'll type it in, which is really nice. But if you don't like to do online and you wanted to print it so that your kiddo could do the different color coding so that they go find the evidence, because you can't really color code online, you can print it. You just go to print.
Oh, you want me to click it?
And then here is where you can add vocabulary if you want them to do some vocabulary practice with it. And if you wanted to, obviously you want the questions. But then if you want them to have lines to write on or without lines, it depends. Younger kiddos or kiddos that like to have lines, they like that. And then you can, I think if you click print, it'll bring up like your PDF of it. And if you want an answer key. You want
I want my be important.
It usually a pop-up and a PDF. But it may not be pulling that up right now. So, it will, there it is. It'll print up, and you can print this from home, and then they could then come through and answer, keep scrolling down, and it'll have the questions. there's the vocabulary, kind of goes through some of it, and then if you don't get lines, the questions are really little and you can't really get a lot of space to write. But yeah, that's it. And my kiddos really like it, and especially my 3rd grade students really like that because we can differentiate it and you can pick based on whichever level or whatever readability is what they need. So yeah, so it's pretty nice. Definitely is a way for them to really go back and practice going back in and finding specific evidence. So, and if you didn't have a book or anything, these are great too. So, any questions?
A lot of parents in the summer ask us what their kids can do to work on even if they're traveling, and this is a great website to utilize if you find yourself in that situation.
They have tons, and they have pair text too, so if you want them to see that, that's also nice. And the fact is there's a lot of science and social studies, so when we are in small groups, we also hit on that concept too, when we are talking about reading and our reading strategies, but it is nice to also tap into some of those science and social studies concepts too.